Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. I wanted to get this video out of the way today because weather's about ready to turn a lot nastier than it's already been. I mean, it's been raining now for like 24 hours straight. We've already had, depending on the area, anywhere between 5, 7, maybe even upwards of 8 inches of rain total. So everything's getting pretty squishy. Creeks are reaching close to their limit in most places that I've looked at today. But here soon, hour and a half from now, there's another system, not another system, it's a new part of the system. It's supposed to start moving through the area, and we might get another 4 or 5 inches of rain. Potential chance of tornadoes increases. So I suspect that there's a chance I'll be busy. So I want to go ahead and get this out of the way with. And for those of you that are in the Ozarks, throughout the whole Midwest, down in Arkansas, Oklahoma, I know you guys have been all getting just hammered with rain and storms and lightning. There's been, just here in this region, there's already been a few houses catch fire because of lightning. It's not done yet, but we can make it through it. So be ready for that. Again, reminding you, if you missed this morning's video, there is a potential hurricane. It's not a hurricane yet. It's just a tropical depression. But chances of this converting and turning into a hurricane and making a beeline for western North Carolina is looking pretty good right now. Now, of course, you know how hurricanes go. That could all change. But for right now, the predictions, you know, in the next week or so of a potential hurricane making its way into the same areas that were hit by Hurricane Helene with all that flooding. So if you live in that area, certainly be ready for it. I don't know what to tell you. If that happens, and it's still a big if. It's still a big if. But if that happens, that's just going to be a bad deal. Tomorrow, of course, is election day. Lord knows what we have in store for us at this point. I think it's just a big toss-up. You know, will the one that actually appears to be the leading candidate win, or will the deep state, Illuminati, Mason, you know, Rockefeller, Rothschilds, Clinton, Obama, you know, voting machines win? I don't know. No one really knows at this point. And then I did see that Iran is still saying that they're going to most likely, and all the intelligence, the Western intelligence is saying that they believe that Iran will strike Israel before the election happens, which of course is tomorrow. And now Israel is saying that they are strongly considering doing a preemptive strike against Iran. There's a lot of movement and missiles and equipment and manpower and stuff in that area. So if that were to happen, that's got to be soon, like really soon. If Israel's going to preemptively strike against Iran before the election, it's just, and of course in the end maybe nothing will happen, because as we've known and we've seen with what's happened in recent months between these two, definitely they're capable of striking each other, but they're also really capable of dragging things out and making things pretty dramatic, and then they kind of fizzle out, and who knows. So that's going on. I would, number one, first recommend, here comes the rain coming in again. And then my first recommendation is that you all say an extra prayer. You should be in prayer all the time. I mean, praying without ceasing. And I know that sounds silly. Does that mean I walk around in my job just constantly praying? No, it's that prayerful, that heart seeking, you know, after God's own face. You know, it's kind of like that, how David had that. He had a heart, you know, after God's own heart. That's kind of that praying without ceasing thing. But I would strongly suggest that this evening you spend some extra time individually, as a family, praying for this nation, praying for what we are about to embark upon. myself and all these other folks like me, we may have blown things out of proportion, and tomorrow may come and go, and a transition of power may happen, and everything may go smoothly. It's possible. I just don't think it's very likely. And I think any way you go, things are kind of not looking good. And we need to be praying for this nation. We need to be praying for the people, for the Father's will to be done in folks' lives, and for safety because of what may happen. So that's the first thing I want to mention. Secondly, and I talked about this over on my locals and Patreon today, I would, if you're able to, I would lock in some ammunition purchases tonight before things happen tomorrow, because if things start to go sideways one way or the other, ammunition prices are going to go up and the availability is going to go down. And right now, ammunition's not too bad. There's some pretty good deals. I spent a little time this afternoon looking around, and there's some pretty good deals out there. So, even if you don't get it by tomorrow, obviously, if you can purchase it and get your price locked in before it goes up, it's not a bad idea to do. And then also with all these wars that are building up, it has the potential of causing those prices. And then also, like I said a couple weeks ago, Winchester Ammo said that after the first of the year, ammunition prices are going to be going up anyways, because the cost of making it is going up. So wouldn't hurt. I would be doing that. Most of all, we just have to be ready for what changes might happen. I saw something today that the market, they're saying that the betting in the market, that's what the stock market is anyways. It's all just gambling, really. It's gonna probably upset some people. I've been doing good at upsetting people this week, but it's all betting, right? And the market has bet that Donald Trump will win. That how the market's moving, how people are buying and selling, it's betting that Donald Trump will win. So does that mean that if Donald Trump doesn't win, that the market could go into a frenzy and collapse, or have a major downturn within days? I don't know. I'm certainly not the expert in that area. But it also makes me wonder, is that kind of the setup? If their plan, the people that already know that Kamala's going to win, I don't know. I'm not saying she will. I'm just saying if that's the plan, then they're doing this so that it'll be the market takes a big old crash. I don't know. Maybe we overthink things too much. I do believe that we are in for some rough waters for a while. It could be a long while, but I'd say at least for the next 2 or 3 months minimum, that we're going to be in for some rough ride with whatever happens, any way you look at it. I mean, you looking at it very objectively. If Kamala wins, we all know that's bad. Like, we're done. We're done, right? If Trump wins, we could still be done. I mean, it's possible. The way some of you understand things, it's quite possible. But, let's say his policies actually work out pretty good. In the immediate, it's the aftermath of the blowback of him winning and the left not winning, and all. There'll be, either way you look at it, folks, either way you look at it, when tomorrow's election is finalized, however long that may be, and it could take a couple of weeks or more, whoever wins, I think regardless of that, this nation is in for some really rough ride, and we need to be ready for that. This is the stuff that you've been preparing for, embracing yourself for weeks, months, and years. We were talking about this 4 years ago. We've been talking about it for the last 4 years, off and on. It's not so much of whether it's the political game, it's the repercussions, it's the aftermath, the things that happen because of it. And we're now down to that wire, folks. Down to the wire. I don't want anyone to be afraid. I don't want you to spend your evening in turmoil and your guts all knotted up and not being able to sleep tonight and just being in fear tomorrow. Go about your day as normal, but also be a little bit more alert. have your head on a swivel. Your situational awareness should be definitely elevated over the next few weeks, because civil unrest, because of what happens with the election either way, could happen pretty quickly. I think that the nation right now, the people of this nation are just, it's like they're stretched thin, and they're just right at a knife's edge of tipping over to violence in a lot of ways, in a lot of places. And so you need to be ready for that. If you haven't prepared up till now, maybe it is too late. I don't know. Maybe it's too late. If you haven't done anything, if you've been watching videos of mine and others thinking, you know, at some point I should probably do what they're saying, I should probably stock up, it could be too late. Not saying it is, just saying it could be. We'll find out soon enough, won't we, folks? All right. Spend some time in prayer. Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered in prayer. And those 2 or 3 doesn't have to be necessarily holding hands shoulder to shoulder with each other. There are thousands and thousands of you watching this video. And I know that many of you, if not most, all of you, are solid believers, prayer warriors. And whoever ends up becoming the president is ordained by God. I believe that solidly. And I believe we get the leadership that we need and that we deserve. That's also biblical. So whether it's Donald Trump or whether it's Kamala, whatever it is, Harris, I believe it'll be the leader that God allowed us because it's what we deserve. And I'd say it won't be too many more days that we'll have a pretty decent idea of the direction of this nation. It's time to get your houses in order, folks, as you don't have much time left. Get yourselves prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.